All right, let's start from sources of tort law. Khushi, can you read from here? Others, can you switch off your mic so that we don't have external disturbance? Khushi, can you read from sources of tort law?
Yes, sir.
All right, start.
Sources of tort law. Prior to 1066, the French villain, the conquerors of Norman conquest of England, the legal system was somewhat haphazard,
Haphazard.
carried out on case by case basis more or less. After 1066, in order to absorb those village laws that had developed over 2 centuries, eminent judges were delegated to travel about a given region. These judges, benefiting from this information, noted and implemented precepts
Precepts.
that they considered most fair minded in their own court findings. In time, these cases became what is now called legal precedents when referred to often enough.
All right, pause one moment. You people remember what precedence is? If you don't remember, trust me, you'll get zero in
Judge
this
made
assignment.
laws.
सबको पता है? Everybody remembers what a precedent is?
Yes, so precedent is judge made laws.
Yes, good. Next paragraph.
The law of tort came to India through England. After the Norman conquest, French became the spoken language in England's judiciary, and thus many of the English law's technical terms owe their origin to French, and the tort is one of them. The term tort is based on the concept
Underline.
that there are certain rights for everyone in the society. The purpose of this tort law is to enforce rights and duties.
Pause. Students, underline the last 3 lines, please. Very important. Okay, done? All right. You don't have to go through these case laws. I just gave it as terms of examples, right? So that whenever you have your subjective exams, you can find certain case laws in your book also. We're not going to read through this right now. We're going to head up with the next topic, kinds of wrongs in tort law. But see, there is one thing given here.
Negligence.
The most significant tort of 20th and 21st centuries is negligent behavior. Also describes behavior that attracts liability and other torts. What is negligence? Okay, Shania, what is negligence?
So, so when you don't, so when you, how do I explain? So
Like
when you,
Overlook.
how do I
So
explain?
ignoring.
Yeah,
So
ignoring the law.
she said
Like
when,
not being
yeah,
aware of the law.
yeah, you said when you four
And
times.
committing a crime. So committing a crime and then saying that you were not aware of the law and then you cannot be punished like
Yes,
that.
negligence can come in a lot many forms. Yeah, exactly. It can come up in many forms. Like what Shania says that committing a crime and then ignoring the preface of law, that what does it say. Sometimes people are so negligent that they perform their negligence before committing the crime only. So negligence can be coined and can be found at any point. Negligence, see what it says here. The most significant tort of 20th and 21st centuries was negligent behavior. Negligent behavior is a very common bimari that you can find in Indian families, brown kids, that the parents keep telling that my son is very negligent, my daughter is very negligent. So this is something that you people must be very well aware to give, to have a great knowledge about it. All right. Okay. So yes, Kushi, now your topic has come up. Kinds of wrongs in tort law. Start reading.
Yes, sir. Kinds of wrongs
And
in tort law.
would you explain or should I explain?
No, sir, I'll explain.
All right.
So,
Okay.
basic categories of tort are intentional tort, negligent tort. So, intentional tort is something which is done, act which is done intentionally. It's an intentional wrong act.
Fatima, look in the
That
screen. Where are you looking?
Like it is
Yes.
one of the categories of tort which is done intentionally. It is the civil wrong.
Yes.
Then it
So
will be
intentional torts. Yes.
civil.
Acha, one moment, Khushi. Students, kindly pay very close attention to what Khushi is saying, because she is going to take up these two topics, kinds of wrongs and the wrongs. So I am not explaining it. She is going to be explaining it. After that, if you people have any doubt, then I am going to jump in. All right. So kindly pay very close attention to what she's saying. Khushi, continue from the beginning. Kinds of wrongs again.
Yes, sir. Kinds of wrong in tort law. There are two basic categories of tort: intentional tort, negligent tort. Intentional tort is something which is done in an intentional act. It is intentionally doing intentional wrong, like
Okay. Yeah. Like.
traffic, like breaking the signals rule, traffic
Exactly,
rules.
exactly. If a person is going on his two-wheeler, he sees that he has a gap that from where he can leave even after having a red light signal, he will go, and that is an intentional thought. And after that, if he's stopped by the policeman, he'll say, ki, "Oh, nahi sir, aise waise." But then the policeman is seeing that he found a gap and he went on his own will, even after the signal was red, right? So that is intentional thought. Okay, next point, Bushi.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
So it can also be a negligent tort, the traffic rules, because like in Delhi, as compared to Allahabad, there are many more traffic rules that even we are unaware of. So
exactly.
if we break that, that is also a crime. But
Ex-
then it is also a negligent tort because we did not know that it was a law, because in our city it's not there.
Exactly. You can bring it up whenever. For example, yes, very good question. Firstly, so if we get if we get held up by a cop, like a traffic cop in Delhi, so he's going to say that you broke this particular law of our signal, right? And what are we going to say? That I don't know about this. Since when is this active? What is this? So even if we are charged with an activity, a tort activity, we'll be fined. Definitely. See, the policeman is not going to stand here taking out the book and explaining everything to us. Okay, they are not that good. He'll charge us 1,000 rupees, 1,500, 2,500, whatever. But then whenever we'll be and then he'll seize our papers. That's the next thing they do that. And when we go to the court to get our papers back, the judge asks us that why did you do that? Like there is not a whole court proceeding for that. But then when we go to collect the paper, I have gone with a friend. That's why I'm saying both of us were advocates. Like he was more like a stupid advocate. He gave his paper to a policeman rather being an advocate. So we both of us went to the court, and I was standing outside the courtroom. So the judge had asked him that why did you do that? So he had one answer that I did not know it. So simple. So the court must have judged it as what? A negligent tort. That this particular person, he did break this law and the signal, but then he was also not aware of it, right? The judge will give you like one or two cross questions to just figure out whether you actually did not know about it or you making up a story. And obviously when all the questions go way above your head, you're like, no, I did not know about it. Hence that is negligent tort. So like, yes, and I, very good question, and like very good answer by me though. So both of us did a good job. Very nice. All right, Kushi, now you continue. Wrongs.
Yes, negligent tort.
Arey, negligent ko let it be. We have already understood what negligent torts are. Let's move on to
Excuse
the
me,
next.
sir.
Yes, Fatima.
So, what is tort feasors intentional act?
The tortfeasor is the person who commits the tort, who has committed the tort, and his
Thank
intentional
you,
act
sir.
would be an intentional tort. Okay. Yes, Kushi.
Wrong. There are two types of wrong: public wrong and private wrong. So public wrong is a wrong which is done against the public, that the whole community. We are not dealing with individuals.
Arey, your internet stopped. Kushi, are you there? Okay, I'll continue. There are two types of wrongs: public wrong and private wrong. Public wrong, these acts are that these These are acts that are tried in criminal courts, punishable under criminal law, and they are called crimes. So public wrong is basically what? The crimes that you hear and see on newspaper. Okay? That can be punishable in criminal courts and under criminal law. Understood? Private wrong, these are acts against an individual or an individual in a community and are tried in civil courts and are called torts. So private wrong is basically torts, public wrong is basically a criminal activity. Understood? All right. Who was supposed to teach the class absolute liability?
Yes, sir. Hi.
Yes, Avishi.
So
So,
before
start.
before talking about absolute liability, first we should know when a person becomes a liable. The
Yes.
wrongs are done in two ways, in which one is intentionally trying to hurt someone, and the other way is unintentionally the person is hurt.
Yes.
For example, um, you have bought a horse and you keeps it in your home, but one day he goes into your neighbor's garden and destroys his garden, so you will become liable for it.
Exactly.
But unintentionally you will become liable for it.
ठीक है.
So when we talk about absolute liability, it mainly deals with the liability of an enterprise or a industry or factory. If something wrong, some faulty activity is there in an industry or factory which harms the workers and people living near the factory, then they will sue the factory for it. They will sue the enterprise for it.
Yes. Yes. All right. You
And,
people remember the Taj Mahal case that was very famous in the whole of India? The color of the marble of the Taj Mahal was turning
Yes, sir.
orangish yellow from because of the nearby factory fumes. And Mr. MC Mehta only, always remember the name, students. If ever in life you are very enthusiastic towards environmental law, always remember the name MC Mehta. He's going to get you through everything. Almost 95 to 98% of the cases related to environmental law in India are filed by Mr. MC Mehta, and they are always against Union of India. Mr. MC Mehta has shut down at least 20 to 25 factories in India or relocated them. Just by the order of Supreme Court, Mr. MC Mehta has shut down so many factories or relocated. And he's not a minister or a boss or a mafia or something. He's a very good environmental lawyer. He's very profound with environmental studies. He has immense knowledge. So if you people remember back then when you were like in your primary school or middle school till class 8, the environmental law books were basically composed by and compiled by Mr. MC Mehta. Mr. MC Mehta, like when I was in school, like class 8, 9, I have read books of EVS by Mr. MC Mehta only. So if you ever get a chance, always go through his books, environmental books, okay, EVS, not environmental law books. And if you type MC Mehta versus Union of India on Google, not one case, but so many are, like say around 50 cases you're going to get, 50 different cases. Okay. Yes, Avishi, now you continue.
So for understanding absolute liability better, we should take up a case, for example, MC Mehta versus Union of India about the Bhopal gas tragedy. So in that factory where that methyl isocide was leaked out, there
Excuse me, sir.
was no safety precautions taken.
Sorry, sir, I was disconnected.
No problem, Khushi. It's okay, beta. We did that. There was just one topic left. Private wrong. You already said public
From
wrong.
where you are starting, sir?
No, we are on absolute liability. Avishi is taking up absolute
Okay.
liability. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
No problem. Yes, Avishi,
So in
continue.
Bhopal gas tragedy, the safety precautions were not very well taken. So the factory was sued for it, and
the
it
factory
was
was
under
sued.
absolute liability.
Exactly. and the whole liability was under the factory owners, because as you people know that this particular act was hazardous if the particular gases leaked and formed a combination, right? Factory, who all work in the factories? Either the fourth class employees or the manager, or the other people are who, like the chemical engineers. So chemical engineers must be aware as to which combinations are going to be very fatal for the factory and the nearby people. Do you agree with this or not? So hence the absolute liability will be imposed upon the factory if the nearby area or the people working in the factory have any sort of physical damage. Okay, so acha, I'm going to stop my recording here. Kindly wait. I'll